Thank you. Just pulling into the Godugo artesian baths, first thing we noticed were the amount of vans. We thought, it's going to be packed. Pleasantly surprised, the baths were relatively empty. Just had a wander down the street and visited the bakery, which was great, and just noticed all of these cute little mosaic tile arts in the street, and a couple of other really good shops worth stopping and having a look in. It was such a lovely morning. We thought we'd set off on the Surat River Walk. So we headed in across the bridge into town to seek out a little breakfast spot. Across the road from our breakfast cafe in the main street was the Cobb & Co changing station. Unfortunately, we were too early to visit, but this is a museum that is on the original site of the Cobb & Co store. The store was the drop-off point for passengers and stores. Apparently, it also houses an impressive 25,000 litre freshwater aquarium. The last horse-drawn coach mail service ran from here in Surat to Ullabar in 1924. Day 5, and our plan was to travel from Surat to Condamine via Roma. Craig had a conference call to make, so we pulled in at the Big Rig in Roma so that I could check this out while he was busy. The Big Rig is an oil and gas museum and houses some great displays, from the historic Lenroy slab hut to a miniature train for the kids. This slab hut museum is housed in a cottage built in 1893 by John Keegan. It was constructed of adze cut cypress pine and was home to John, his wife, and their 9 children. It originally had a packed earth floor, but later this was changed to floorboards when they were available. The building was moved to Roma in 1980. Alongside Blenroy Cottage is a great example of a flood boat and a tabletop wagon. These flood boats, constructed in the 1880s, were kept to rescue people in large floods and also to transport people and produce across creeks when water covered the bridges. Roma has a long history of floods, suffering through three of the worst in 2010, 11 and 12, with levels reaching 8.5 metres. A levee bank has been constructed to protect the town.
The train bridge, yes. We expect Thomas the train to come out.
Sculptures Out Back is held in Roma, and this year it's the 15th of June to the 29th of September. We came through probably just a little bit too early to see all the installations in place, but the ones that were already here were fascinating. So these artists are so talented. After leaving Roma, we headed towards Warlon Villa. We enjoyed a fabulous Devonshire tea at Calico Cottage. It was just down the road from here that disaster struck. We soon realised we'd broken a steering control arm. We weren't going anywhere unless it was under a tow. Luckily, we have the premium roadside service from RAA and we highly recommend it to anybody travelling. A shout out to Chinchilla Tourist Park. Even though they were heavily booked, they were able to find us some emergency accommodation for 2 nights. They even kept us dinner on the first night we were in so late. Just come for a look at the Chinchilla Botanic Parkland. Lovely play space for kids.
Lots of tables and chairs and great climbing equipment. Massive bouldering wall here. Kids would love this. Chinchilla is the home of the watermelon. We have a big watermelon fest here in February every second year. Great splash park for the kids. A little bit chilly today. Spending a little bit of time around Chinchilla while we organise our truck tow.
So we've just been and decanted the contents of the truck into our hire car.
The question is, can you get a rooftop tent on a Corolla?
How ironical. Our first water crossing of the trip, and we're doing it in the Corolla. Made it into Brisbane in the big hire Corolla. We've got a couple of things planned for the weekend: a visit to Macleay Island, where my aunt and uncle bought a block to build, and a trip into the Brisbane Caravan and Camping Show with my dad. On Monday the truck should arrive on the tow truck, but luckily we're flying out to New Zealand for a conference for the week, so hopefully they can fix it in this time. Fingers crossed, because on our return we're heading up to the sunny coast for a wedding. But unfortunately the truck's not ready, so we're off to get another hire car. Please join us for our next episode when we get our truck back and hit the road again. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.